They have, as soon as the SBA came out and the government came out with these new programs, literally they're updating it, they're coming out with terms every single day. And so it's really too hard to know what is the right direction to take. And you got to understand the banks are just trying to figure this out as well. And so what Bank of America did, and it created a whole lot of backlash. You may have seen this over the weekend. It created a whole lot of firestorm on social media because they basically, if you were an existing business loan customer, if you had business credit cards, then they were accepting your applications. Other than that, they were turning you down. Now this, you have to understand that these systems are literally getting flooded with applications. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm not saying that the banks have it all, that they're not completely, they're not at fault. They've now loosened that up where the Bank of America is now taking a stance. If you're a customer, then yeah, that you can get in line to do the application process with them, as long as you don't have any other business loans with any other institutions. So they're kind of taking that angle. But the reason is there's so many who are coming in so fast. We've got to realize, I mean, unemployment's over 10 million now. The amount of businesses in this country that are struggling, they're trying to take advantage of this program and the other government programs so that they can just stay afloat. Everybody's working on doing this right now. So with that being said, how do you actually get through this more effectively? So Bank of America, as I was saying, was getting a whole bunch of backlash, especially Saturday, and they ended up revising their policy. As of Saturday, Bank of America says that they are accepting applications from their clients who do not have a borrowing relationship with us or with Bank of America. A spokesperson for Bank of America, her name is Carla Molina. Molina said Bank of America has processed 178,000 applications, totaling nearly $33 billion in loans as of Monday. Monday, holy smokes, are you guys kidding me? Do you understand that? Still, if you do not have an existing account with Bank of America, the company will not process your PPP loan. Bank of America, what are they doing? Are they just sitting back? Absolutely not. As of Monday, $33 billion that they have literally processed in applications. So Bank of America is now at the place where, the federal regulations and federal restrictions put a cap on Bank of America's balance sheets. So their balance sheets are already approaching $10 billion. So it will focus on lending to its nonprofits, its small businesses with fewer than 50 employees now. Through the Paycheck Protection Program as a whole, it includes companies with fewer than 500 employees. It's already received enough applications to exceed its $10 billion that it's allowed to lend. So let's just digest that for a minute. Bank of America, literally the first day, received more applications than it is even allowed to lend to. It's literally blown itself out of the water. And so now it comes into, what's the Fed going to do? Especially because you have to have employees in order to apply right now. The Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program is a key part of the economic stimulus package that allocates $349 billion for small businesses to access forgivable loans for payroll and overhead. The program will offer loans up to $10 million at, get this, only 1% interest rate to companies and nonprofits with fewer than 500 employees or workers, so that they can cover 2 months of payroll and overhead expenses. If the borrower retains workers and doesn't cut their wages, the government will forgive most or all of the loan and repay bank lenders. This is absolutely phenomenal. So this program, but it's not phenomenal if nobody can get a hold of these funds, and especially independent contractors too. Now, there's some other things that come along with this. There is the independent contractors. There is the single member LLCs. If you're a business owner, if you're an LLC, but you're the only person, you're going to be treated similar to independent contractors in this situation, where you cannot actually go out and apply until the 10th, April 10th. So there's folks like this. So I saw this guy. Now, so let me tell you a little bit about this. So in Escondido, California, there's a business owner, Gerald Griffin. He tried to apply for the PPP loan through San Diego County Credit Union because a lot of news sources have been saying, hey, go to local credit unions, and the big banks are all tied up. Go to the local banks. And again, he was basically denied. And then this is when he said, I'm not sure why they wouldn't want to process my application, especially for their good customers. In an interview, he said that he had been with them for several years, business account and everything like that. But he said that he guesses that's a business decision that they make. Now, you got to understand this. With this, there's so much confusion. Everybody's just kind of running with like chickens with their heads cut off. They're trying to find the right information. You got to understand who is actually able to lend in the situation. And right now, the first regulations that came out were only lenders who have already been approved with the SBA 7A loans. And if that institution has not already passed that qualification, they are not able to start to produce these applications and loans. Now, eventually, they'll free it up to other institutions, but that's what the San Diego County Credit Union had to come back and say, hey, look, we have not been approved by the SBA to even offer these. So it's not that we don't want to help our customers. It's not, we just don't have the ability to. So that's a problem, especially when the institution, which is a local credit union, which I always recommend, local credit unions over larger banks, just because, the customer service that you can achieve. But the thing is, you can't hold them at fault for something they aren't even approved for. And this goes back into the confusion aspect, knowing when and where and how to apply. Literally, the terms came out, over the weekend. They opened up applications for some on Friday, but it's changing every single day. And how to stay on top of this is what's difficult. Now, something new that just happened is the Federal Reserve announced that it will step in to support the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, with the Fed stepping in, we're not quite sure how this is going to look right now, but they are the ones that are put lending regulations on banks, and so maybe they're going to be buying some of the notes off of banks. That could be a possibility, so banks don't have to carry them on their balance sheets. But chairman said, they're working to facilitate lending to small businesses via Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program. The Federal Reserve is working to establish a facility to provide term financing backed by the PPP loans. So you got to understand another thing too, guys, that the Fed now has to create something new to be able to offset the demand of what the government's put in place. This is literally what we would call a tar baby, where, okay, I'm reaching in to fix this one thing. Oh my gosh, now I'm kind of stuck here. But, okay, let me put my other hand in to fix it over here. Okay, now I'm stuck here. Now I'm going to put my foot in, and now I'm kind of stuck. Now and all of a sudden, what this is turning into is a giant cluster of mess. And so what we're doing with Wise Guys and Ties is deciphering all of this. How to pull it out, who is getting new approvals to process applications, which lenders are not currently overwhelmed with applications, how can we get you into our funding process, and at the same time, if you're getting into this, you're looking at the PPP program, well, you should sit down and talk with the Wise Guys and Ties. Give us a call, 888-524-9273, and I'm actually going to show you our website where you can go and schedule a time that works for you. Because what we can do is we'll get you into our funding process where it's not just the PPP. It's not just the EIDL, the EIDL. Let's look at 27 different ways for you to gain access to funds right now, because if you are struggling and you're waiting on the PPP, I mean, I'm seeing results that it may not even be until August when when businesses are getting funded on this. Now, there's going to be a whole lot of other regulations that are part of this. The first application is about 3 pages, but then it comes down to balance sheets, profit and loss statements, employees, driver's license, all the stuff that you have there. But it's like any application, it's going to be an intense application process, and this is extremely time consuming. And we just talked about Bank of America. Literally, there has already been enough applications that have already been completed to already use up the 349 billion 4 times. That's already been spent 4 times. Now, the government says that it's going to step in and it's going to continue to fund that, and that's what the Fed's trying to figure out right now. So they're working to do that. But, by the time that they get to these other applications that have already been submitted, so you want to get on this now. But like I said, the other thing that we can do is we can look at your entire business situation. Let's see what other products and instruments are available to you. Maybe let's look at getting you some lines of credit until you're able to access the EIDL or the PPP. Let's look at getting you some other types of loans from secondary lenders. There's a lot of money out there if you know where to look. Everybody's just looking. Boom. Where's the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, because it's got the 1% low qualifications. But hey, what about everything else? There's a lot of stuff going on. Is your business even lendable? We got our book, the Business Credit Playbook, the Entrepreneur's Guide to Building Business Credit, that talks about, is your business fully set up? It also gives you 30 credit accounts that you can get without using your personal social security number or personal guarantee. This is how you gain access to $50,000 in the next 6 to 12 months. It's our program. We have an online coaching program as well that does that. But get this book. We have it on Amazon right now for $97. So go out and get it if you're looking for other ways of accessing capital. Or give us a call. Go over to wiseguysandties.com. You'll find our page. Literally, all you have to do is go right here to schedule with us, and you can literally pick a date and time that works good for you. So if you're hectic, this week, but look, tomorrow we got a lot of slots available for you guys. We are putting everything on it. We'll get you into our funding program where you start working with our loan officers and our financial team, and it's just like anything. You get started with us, we get your information, we start the process, we look at everything, we start to collect that information, then we get our team working on it. There is no delays, there's no waiting for us to get you started in that. Now, as far as the application process and how it takes time to get the applications moving through, they were funding the EIDLs within the first 3 days, and but with some cash advances. But that's starting to slow down. They're not cutting the full 10 grand like they were. There's a lot of changes every single day. But the best thing that you can do right now is get plugged in to a loan officer that can help you, and that's what we're here for. Let us help you out with that. Schedule a time. Let's get started. Put in the comments when you schedule it, be like, hey, I want to get started in the funding process. We'll look at 27 different ways of funding your business. We'll make sure that your business is credible, and we'll just help you go through this whole process and weather this storm. Go over to wiseguysandties.com, click schedule with us, or of course, feel free to give us a call, 888-524-9273. And if we don't answer, then that means we're helping somebody else out right then and there. But please leave us a message. We're working as quickly as we can to get back to each and every one of you. I want to thank you all for being here today. I look forward to working with you guys and helping you get access to the funds you need so you can weather this storm. All right, everybody, be safe out there, love one another, and God bless.